somebody on a motorcycle come through, throw acid on her. And who there to save her after he tried to kill her twice now? The demon. So he come over there. They do this whole little emotional meetup. She talking about some, you're my salvation, or she reading into too much. Oh, girl, you need to leave. All right, it's getting a little good. So we got some interesting stuff happening here. Second episode, we finally get this. Well, let's start here. They go back to the scene, of course, with the water and all that stuff. She starts to figure it out. She's like, well, what are you? She go to sleep. Next thing you know, they both in the hospital. She in the hospital, not really remembering a lot of it. And then when she does remember, she basically just rubs it off. She takes it as if she's just drunk. So she still don't know he a demon, and it still ain't explained technically right now. So she just think, oh, this guy being weird because now he's being overly protective and he's being nice basically because he's trying to stay close to her as of now, because obviously the mark has transferred to her. Secretary was kind of freaked out, weirded out. He was like, I don't know what's going on. Go get the doctors. They start to talk for real. He slams down the, the handkerchief that he was giving her. I don't know why, but he slams it down. And that was pretty funny because Buddy went right back to being a dick as usual. So then he's trying to figure out what happened. She doesn't know. She just starts to remember the scenes, but honestly, it's not going to help because she doesn't remember anything. So she tries to slap him, and then he stops her hand. He said, why my hand can't go? And then she slapped the mess out of him, and she's still not putting anything together. Like, he's not supernatural. She just like, this is weird. I don't know why. And I don't know. She's a little dense in my opinion, but the cops come in, they start asking questions about what happened. They're basically going back and forth trying to, she's saying, I'm not your boy, you're not my boyfriend. Obviously he's saying the same thing, but he's trying to stay around so he can actually help her. And that's what the whole little back and forth is. Next scene, we go back to his friend messing around at his desk, and he's like, what are you doing? Basically, he was reading his demon manual because there's literally the word demon on it and it's a manual for what he does. And he was trying to basically go back and look to see how to fix this, basically. But Fran ended up figuring it out because he ended up trying to splash some water on him because he starts to realize that his tattoo is missing and that he basically ain't got no powers. So that is a revelation based off of their friendship, but he still tries to go out and do his demon hunting, or not his hunting, because he made contracts and time is up. So now he's trying to go back and do that still. Didn't go as planned, so he got beat up by a bunch of wrestlers and ran up out of there at the opportune moment to finally get away. Then we cut back to her. She's basically mad and ready to get her company back on the right track because news articles came out and it was causing havoc on her business. So she's back to doing what she normally does. She doesn't want to be scared of this guy that came in and did harm to her. So she's just trying to go back to normal. But they said they were probably going to find him quickly, but the guy changes faces. So the killer can change faces, and he had on a different type of face. So it's probably going to be tough to find him. And he's fixated on her. I think he's just a killer. I don't know why he's a killer, but he is. And it's very strange. So he's an actor and he wants to basically, I think, has been an actor, it seems like. And he ended up killing his landlord as well because he had an itch, I suppose. So then grandma comes and visits, takes them out of there. Well, she goes to visit grandma, and because the individual said, or the killer basically said her name, the grandma's name, and said, you can thank her for this. So she had questions. She wanted to get down to the bottom of it. And the grandma obviously holding some secrets, but she ain't really say the secret. She just kept saying, I'll be honest with you and I have nothing I'm hiding. But we come to find out she is hiding something, but it's not related to the killing or the attempted murder. Anyways, so they go down, they continue on with their conversation. This guy is introduced. He's a nephew, I believe. And basically, he was a little chummy. He was like, he was trying to be nice and all this other stuff. All right, man, move on, move along. But basically what he was is I think he obviously likes the main female lead. Why can't I remember her name? but he likes her and he wanted to take her for a drive. And this whole little scenario happened where he tried to fake that he didn't drive there and that, but he did. And he was just trying to get some alone time with her, but ended up the assistant having to sit in the front, that he really didn't like that. So when she finally was talking to him and they were talking about the date, he was like, "What date?" And he stopped the car abruptly, broke old girl nose. So then she started driving, and now they in the back and they were just having a conversation. They had a little cute moment. I don't know if this guy is a friend or a foe. He seems friendly, but there's some weird stuff happening with this guy as well. So, anyways, he moral of the story there is that he likes her. We go back to him. He's trying to figure out why he ain't got his powers, and basically, she went back to the office to again try to get everything right back on track. This is just her having a conversation with her team. Blase, blase. Doesn't really matter. So, this dude has a revelation that he's going to essentially seduce old girl and get her and basically get his powers back. So he goes out and tries to do that. She, on the other hand, goes out to meet another family member about the article that was put out about her, or the business that was causing problems in the stock market. So she blackmailing her family member or one of the grandma's relatives in some way, shape, or form, and she's blackmailing her with pictures that she got of her falling in love and being happy in a relationship and having fun. I guess that's bad publicity, and the grandma don't like it, so she blackmailed her, and basically she got what she wanted. She's trying to take the article down at this point. In the meantime, during that scene, Odu also called her to say, "Hey, can we meet up? I got something to tell you." Then we get to something a little juicier with the grandma. The grandma in the confessional is trying to talk about her sins, and one of them looked like they had a flashback to when the parents died. And you could see that she was calling them, and all of a sudden the car blew up and she damaged her leg. So that's why she has the cane, and now she has the bad knees and all that other stuff. She damaged her knee. And she was like, "It's time to tell the truth." She's scared that Doi or Dodoi is going to find out. So that's very strange. Don't know much about it else outside of that, but it's very strange. We get a flashback of him talking to the guy again about creating another contract with the devil guy, and I don't know, the demon, sorry. We get a flashback of him and the demon, and they just talk about how they met and all that other stuff, but it really doesn't matter. Then we get to the scene where the crazy girl that likes the demon finds out that he is trying to seduce Dodohi, and she don't like that. So she started doing, she gets mad, she started pressuring him, all the other stuff. Obviously, it's gonna come down the line, something's gonna happen. But Dodohi meets up with the demon. They start talking about being together. He's pretending that he needs to be with her. She's falling for it because she gullible. I don't even know what she doing, what she thinking about. He talking about, "Give me your other hand." The dude throwing all types of weirdo creep, but it's a vibe because he ain't ugly. So it is what it is. So he ended up taking her for a drive because he's still on the hunt for that soul. So he went to go take her for a drive to go meet up with the wrestlers again, and boy, do a drive by with the girl, shoot him in the chest and everything with the powers of the demon. So buddy over there fumbling, he could roll the window down, do a whole drive by and dip, and you're goner after that. So she trying to figure out what happened. He just tell her, "That was my friends." Girl, I need you to be a little bit more. You run a whole company. You telling me you just let it slide like that? That's crazy. But that's how they wrote her. So have to deal with it. Boy, take her to the boom room, and all these cars are lined up doing nasty stuff. So she thinking he want to do all that. He talking about, "No, let's go walk on the river." He got her down here so they can be secluded, because basically he trying to recreate the situation. So he drops her in the water again. She nervous, she scared, because obviously it's like the third time she about to try to get killed, and he's like, "Calm down. I wasn't finna kill you. I was just playing." And I'm like, Yeah, what is this writing? But I gotta keep going. I'm committed now. So she obviously, rightfully so, mad because the dude just threw her in the freaking water. So I feel bad now. You should. You tried to kill her again, my guy. So she storm off. He's sitting there reflecting. Oh, his friend get in the car. They go fine, ride off. This guy, I think this is the another person. I don't know if this is the same crazy guy. He looks like it, but I don't know. He looks like the killer. And he has the phone with Dodo He's family and her. I don't know how he got a phone, but he puts it in a locker and somebody else picks it up. And then we get to see a bunch of flashes of everybody that wants her dead. So the killer, this crazy girl, the grandma got a flash, but I don't think she want to kill her. I just think she's remorseful. And then we get this guy here, and then we also get the lady that's being blackmailed. She wants her gone too. And then within all the mist, oh, him too. The guy that I thought was on her side, he was in the flashes too. So bro, everybody want her gone. So, anyways, she walking across the street. She see that the person that the killer initially killed has died. In the midst of that, somebody on a motorcycle come through, throw acid on her. And who there to save her after he tried to kill her twice now? The demon. So he come over there. They do this whole little emotional meetup. She talking about some, you're my salvation, or she reading into too much. I'm like, girl, you need to leave. You already in a bad situation. But apparently everybody want her dead. So this gonna be the bodyguard, I suppose. So that's where we at now. About to go into the next episode. But it is getting weirder and more interesting as we go.